Yo, 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 good morning, everyone. Morning. We got big CES coverage today. Ugh. Big CES coverage today. NVIDIA had their keynote, I guess you could call it, yesterday. And they announced a bunch of stuff. Most notably, probably the 5000 series graphics cards. We got the new lineup, and they're actually reasonably priced, very reasonably priced. And they're probably gonna be hard to get. But yeah, I'm just on their blog right now, and actually let's watch a highlight first, and then we'll watch we'll go through all the blog posts. I actually have a few videos. There's so much news, actually, it's kind of crazy. The Acer's actually doing theirs live right now, but I don't know, some of these other companies, like, no offense, it's kind of just run-of-the-mill upgrades, probably, new laptops, new boring stuff, I guess. Where did I see? Actually, it was like CNET or something. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's watch this here, and then get some other coverage going. Okay, also, I don't know why. Oh, you can't even see the screen. For some reason, like, I restarted my computer. It's actually weird that you can't see it. It looks different on OBS. Oh, it's because it's and like, now everything's pixelated, like fonts and like weird things. Even in like my vector program, like this is pixelated, but this is a vector. Like, I don't know what happened. I literally restarted my computer and just broke. Like, literally, like, icons up here, like everything. Oh, you can't see that up there. Like, it's all super pixelated. It's like, bro, what the heck? I just been so over Windows lately. I keep saying that, but it's a lot of work to switch to like Linux, and I don't know if I could do a Mac. Even though Mac would be nice, I just I still want to be able to game and stuff. Anyways, okay, let's look at this highlight video. It's 11 minutes. We're gonna speed through it a little bit, and then we'll look at a bunch of blog posts. We have all kinds of things to look at. So let's just start with this here.
Here it is. Our brand new GeForce RTX 50 series Blackwell.
Okay, so I guess, oh wait, before you even start this, I would have bet on my life that they would have changed the way that they did cooling. I want to know more details about that, because I swear that they actually did, and they just didn't really like share it, because the 4090, that thing was so big. And I also want to compare sizes to this, which I'm sure we could actually get the size here, like relative to Jensen Huang or something. I swear they would have to change cooling, because the 4090 was so big. Most of it was just the heat sink, just the manifold to be able to cool it. And I would have thought that they would have changed that. So I'm curious to see what their strategy is for cooling, but it looks super slick. I love the, like, I know it's Blackwell, so it makes sense, but like, I just love the black, like matte blackish kind of brushed metal look. It looks really nice.
Blackwell architecture The GPU is just
Also,
a beast.
Jensen's jacket, bro, like, bro. And he has a matching belt, too. Like, it's crazy.
92 billion transistors, 4,000 tops, 4 petaflops of AI, 3 times higher than the last generation Ada. And we need all of it to generate those pixels that I showed you.
Yeah, and the fact that the new 5000 series of 5070 is equivalent in power to a 4090, and the 5070 costs $550 is insane. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's the kind of value and upgrades we need. And the 4090 costs like $1,500 or some crazy amount. So this is the generation upgrade. I have a 3080 right now, and I would like to still get a 5080 because I mean, if I can, I would get a 5090 now that I'm doing a lot of AI stuff, and I'd love. And the 5090 actually seems like, I think the 5090 actually is going to be the hardest to get because it's just on the crest of like a prosumer. Like, it's kind of like pretty powerful, but like for gaming, it's probably like, it's definitely focused on AI and like consumers who want to do large AI workloads or who want a large graphics card to be able to support them professionally or personally. That's what it seems like the 5090 is kind of going after.
380 ray tracing teraflops so that we could, for the pixels that we have to compute the most beautiful.
And then I'm sure they'll show it up here. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because the 5090 is the 5090 is double the price of the 5080. That's a, you know, that's a lot. But the 5080 is usually, I think the mid tier is usually where I kind of go for. Always, I had the 1080 Ti, I had the 980 Ti, 1080 Ti, and then that 1080 Ti lasts me all the way until the 3080. I skipped the 2000 series, and now I kind of do skip every other. So I had, yeah, I actually had the 770. Okay, actually I had the 550 Ti way back, and even before that I had like the 2900 something, kind of their older series. I remember I was trying to play like like Age of Empires 3 or something. No, it was like, I want to say it might have been Age of Empires 2 even, or like World of Warcraft, like, or no, World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3. It was like one of those kind of larger like IT or RTS games in the early days of PC gaming, and I remember like computer couldn't handle it, and then we essentially like I had a shitty like Pentium 4 processor tower that I got for Christmas or something, like my brother and I did, and it was just not meant for games, even way back then. Like, this is, you know, when before kind of the modern gaming stuff. And then I remember we went on Craigslist and bought this custom built PC in like the early 2000s. Like, this is when like custom built PC was like, you know, like you had to have some serious like knowledge and skill and understanding to kind of even build them. And then the graphics card in there wasn't enough, so we had to go out, got a new graphics card, and then I could finally play like my Age of Empires 2 or whatever. Anyways, and then I kind of got like a real computer, I guess, and then got a 550 Ti, then a 770, then a 980 Ti, then a 1080 Ti, and then I'm currently on a 3080. I don't even think it's a Ti. I had a hardware checker or hardware info. No. And I think skipping every one nowadays, where it's like I don't really care to be like, especially when it's more marginal, but also the pricing is just insane. But I think being more strategic now about it nowadays is a little, I like that a little better. Okay, here we go. So anyways, yeah, 55080 is probably what I'm going for. If I could even get one. I think, okay, so anyways, I think the 5090 is going to be hard to get because I I think a lot of AI people are going to be going for it and like using it in a more, and like not a more consumer type of way. They're going to be using it to like run like real AI workloads and like testing and stuff. Like companies are going to be buying it, and we're going to be competing with them again, kind of like the crypto boom way back. That's kind of my prediction. So we'll see.
Material shading with the Blackwell family RTX 5070, 40 of these neural networks.
Oops.
And as a result, we invented neural texture compression and neural material shading with the black.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, these like neural whatever. It's like their RTX upgrade. I just have like, I don't know how much of it is like real and how much of it is like marketing, I guess. And it's hard to kind of know. Yeah, anyways, like look how
Blackwell
fat this thing is. I know the perspective I feel like makes it look weird, but this thing is just so big. But yeah, $1,600.
family RTX 5070, 4090 performance.
That's crazy. This looks so clean too.
Impossible without artificial intelligence. Impossible without the 4 teraops of AI tensor cores. Impossible without the G7 memories. Okay, so
He says it's like, I wonder like what they did. Is it just the Blackwell chip is just so much better than the last, you know, gen that's why? Because I'm pretty sure the 4090 was just an like overclock 3000 series. That's kind of like what it seemed like. And this now it's like a new architecture, because I think it was like the Hopper series, or I don't know what the architecture was. NVIDIA 3 Ampere, I guess. No, that's what they've always had, right? I don't know. Okay, so, well, there's so many SKUs. Okay, I guess Ampere is architect. It is that. Okay, so now let's look up GeForce. Okay, this is the Ada Lovelace architecture. Okay, I think I said Hopper. That's the H. I think that's the Grace or the H100s. Yeah, but I guess they actually use. Well, the 3000 series is actually manufactured by Samsung. Wow, that's crazy. That's interesting. I actually read recently that Samsung has been falling behind a bit. Interesting. But yeah, the 4000 series is just like all cooling. 30, yo, what's up? 30 series to the 5000 series. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I have too. I imagine it's insane. Like the jump is crazy. I was trying to find, no one has like good comparisons yet because it just came out last night. So I'm waiting for like a Linus Tech Tip videos or something to like kind of compare it to that. Because I mean, like these I don't know, like looking at these numbers, it's like all the numbers are gonna be like higher, I guess, but like I don't know what that actually means in terms of performance. Standalone graphic processing tower, like literally. Yeah, literally. But yeah, we're watching this event. But yeah, this is crazy right here. 5070's 4090 performance for $550.
So 5070, 4090 performance, $549, and here's the whole family.
I just don't think we're gonna even be able to get one. I think they're just gonna like be so hard to come by because like all these companies are probably going to be buying these up too because they're kind of like actually pretty good.
From 5070 all the way up to 5090.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know it's 5070 Ti. But yeah, see this 5090, the jump, this is double, but this is like, I was reading a comparison on like NVIDIA's actual commercial like H100 GPUs, which is kind of what most of the kind of big tech companies use for not only just AI, but just for like cloud computing, like powerful computing. The RTX 5090 is like kind of just below the specs of the like commercial grade like AI training GPUs. So I think that like I think that this one's gonna be probably hard to come by for like normal consumers, unfortunately. But this jump, this is double or almost, or no, it's not double, but like 400, and then this is crazy, this jump.
90, twice the performance of a 4090. Starting.
What did he say is twice the performance?
4090 performance, $549, and here's the whole family. Starting from 5070 all the way up to 5090. 5090, twice the performance of a 4090.
Okay, so this is twice the performance of this then, theoretically. If this is equal to 4090 performance and this is twice of that, that's crazy. In the same lineup. They must just really want people to get on this. Okay, so like my theory is that like, why would they make these GPUs? They're selling these for $500 when they could, you know, use the same, when they could sell these like, you know, commercial DGX whatever that are like, you know, worth like $50,000 and like, you know, you're using the same like manufacturer to make them. Like, I don't know like if it's the same like die or like, because they're using TSMC, which they're using TSMC to make their commercial ones. So like, yeah, that would be my reason for supply lag, is that they just don't make as many as they have in the past because they would just rather make these commercial data center GPUs that they could sell for insane margins in terms of like money wise. Yeah, and like I hope that they could actually like pump these out and like keep supply up so that, yeah, they actually do kind of come back to the consumer GPU market and like help us out a bit. Because realistically though, the new NVIDIA card or the new AMD cards are likely, I think the NVIDIA or AMD was announced yesterday actually. I just don't know how they how like these numbers translate to performance in terms of comparison. But yeah, I just, there's no way that these yeah, I mean, and well, I mean, yeah, I think NVIDIA's has been pretty bad for like, it goes like up and down, but post pandemic I think it's been like all right. I just feel like they stopped making them though, for like, just because they knew this was coming out, and so I'm sure they like throttled the supply.
Starting, of course, we're producing at very large scale, availability starting January. Well, it is incredible, but we managed to put,
like, it's like, is he producing them starting in January or are they selling them? It says they're available, but I feel like they compared. Bro, actually, if these have a tariff on them and they're still selling them at that price, that's actually like kind of impressive. GDDR7? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's just keep watching this. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like 4090, like equivalent for $550. Like it's so good.
these in gigantic performance GPUs into a laptop. This is a 5070 laptop. For $1299, this 5070 laptop has a 4090 performance. And so the 5090 will fit.
So even the laptop ones are pretty good, but these are a little less. Like this was what the 1850. This is what the 5080 non laptop one it was. So
14.9 millimeters. You got a 5080, 5070 Ti, and 5070. But what we basically have here is 72 Blackwell GPUs.
This is my thumbnail on YouTube.
This one chip here is 1.4 exaflops. The world's largest supercomputer, fastest supercomputer, only recently, this entire room supercomputer only recently achieved an exaflop plus. This is one.
Yeah, and this is crazy. Actually, I'm glad they did this because it really puts in perspective what they did. Like this entire, little, I wonder if they'll go to
of
it.
AI floating point performance. It has 14 terabytes of memory, but here's the amazing thing. The memory bandwidth is 1.2 petabytes per second. That's basically
Petabytes
the
a
entire
second.
internet traffic that's happening right now.
That's crazy.
The entire world's internet traffic is being processed across these chips, okay? And we have 130 trillion transistors in total, 2,592 CPU cores, whole bunch of.
But the crazy, this is in a data center. This is an entire rack. This entire rack is the equivalent of this size of chip. So if they were to make this rack into one single chip, it would be this size, which is crazy. That just kind of shows like how much this is. And the actual wafers, if they were actually like manufacture this, would have to be like, I think he said like the, essentially like the size of the stage to just get the yield good enough to even get that, which, yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. Yeah, this thing could process as much bandwidth as the entire internet. That's crazy. 2,500 cores. Yeah, it has 72 Blackwell GPUs. Yeah, that's crazy. This thing pumps out like it takes like 100 kilowatts. This is like, one of these is like a house, essentially.
Networking. And so these, I wish I could do this. I don't think I will. So these are the Blackwells. These are our ConnectX networking chips. These are the NVLink. And we're trying to pretend about the NVLink spine, but that's not possible, okay? And these are all of the HBM memories, 14 terabytes of HBM memory. This is what we're trying to do, and this is the miracle. This is the miracle of the Blackwell system. So we fine-tune them using our expertise and our capabilities.
Yeah, and I actually do want to try these. And this, okay, so this kind of what it seems like NVIDIA is really trying to do, especially I think the lower price point, 550, is really trying to get people to actually do AI stuff like locally, like, the gamers and that kind of like tech enthusiast group who would probably buy these actual like graphics cards and like care about it, likely have some knowledge or like some interest in AI like this. And I think we've been looking at a lot of demographics for who's using AI in the workplace and on the consumer side, and most of it is younger, male, college educated, which like I feel like kind of fits into that little like gamer tech enthusiast kind of corner. And this is who I feel like NVIDIA is kind of targeting here with the like lower end ones, just to get them to have their hardware so then they could kind of get into their software ecosystem. Because in terms of the business wise, NVIDIA's software is their competitive advantage. They're not even, AMD's like so far off, and they're still not even prioritizing software stuff, even though that's literally what like they need to do to be able to catch up to NVIDIA. It doesn't even matter if their graphics cards have similar performance to what NVIDIA's does, because their software is just so far behind. It doesn't really stand up to it, and it's so buggy. Even if they have good software, it's just been very buggy to get it up and running. It's so much work. So anyways, yeah, so I feel like they released these kind of more these open models based off of Llama, which is Meta's open source quote unquote models. And so I think they're trying to get people to do this more, like do AI stuff locally with their graphics card, and they want the consumer side to probably grow to match that, the business and data center side, since the consumer side's been falling behind quite a bit in terms of earnings, or at least it's just a fraction of what the data center stuff is. But they also released later kind of like essentially like they called it like a personal supercomputer, where but it's like expensive, but things like these like smaller, the Jetson Nano or the Jetson Thor, which they just announced the other day. I don't know. I can't run it. But anyways, these are all like a bunch of more consumer, lower priced, you know, like computer or like graphics processing, like high end compute stuff that people could use in their house. And I think that's kind of definitely what they're going for. And these models look really cool because they like these this nano is like meant to be like run on like on your local PC. And the fact that NVIDIA is kind of actually making these and optimizing them bodes well if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. I imagine especially the 5000 series now that they're coming out. But that's cool because now that, I don't know, most people probably have a NVIDIA graphics card and you could kind of use these optimized models specifically for them. And I want to do more local AI stuff because just privacy wise, I want to be able to just not have big tech gobble up that data. So yeah, this is cool. I want to try these out as soon as we could get our hands on them, or I could even run them. I don't know if I can, but if I imagine the nano can super, I don't know. I'm curious like what the actual parameters are, so you can know what the RAM requirements are.
And we turn them into the Llama Nemotron suite of open models. They're small ones that interact in very, very fast response time, extremely small. They're what we call super Llama Nemotron supers. They're basically your mainstream versions of your models, or your ultra model. The ultra model could be used to be a teacher model for a whole bunch of other models. It could be
yeah, this was interesting too, and I was trying to draft or trying to think about how to post this, but I figured I'd just save it to share on a stream here. But NVIDIA really pushes the AI to teach like other AI. Like I feel like that's kind of their largest, like one of their bigger bets, because that's kind of all of their 3D environment, their 3D world stuff. That's kind of all what it revolves around, is using this AI generated stuff, or like generated stuff in general, not necessarily AI generated, even to teach other AI. And they've been kind of pushing that for like a while. Even with like self-driving cars, their Omniverse replicator stuff, which they actually upgraded here too. It was used to like teach self-driving cars, like in a generated environment and like things like that. And I think their new addition is for robotics, so you could run and simulate all of your robotic stuff in this 3D environment, the Omniverse replicator, whatever they're calling it. And teach it stuff, or use it to like test things out before you actually deploy like humanoid robots into a warehouse or stuff. But it seems like they really like this AI teaching like smaller AI models, which is an interesting strategy. And this AI factory, their intro was kind of cringe, actually. Like all of their marketing stuff was like a little cringe. It's like, I don't know. Anyways,
it could be a reward model, evaluator, a judge for other models to create answers and decide whether it's a good answer or not. Basically give feedback to other models.
Yeah,
it could be distilled in a lot of different ways. Basically a teacher model, a knowledge distillation model. Very large, very capable. And so all of this is now available online. NVIDIA Cosmos, the world's first world foundation model. It is trained on 20 million hours of video. The 20 million hours of video focuses on physical dynamic things. So dynamic nature themes, humans walking, hands moving, manipulating things, things that are fast camera movements. It's really about teaching the AI, not about generating creative content, but teaching the AI to understand the physical world. And with this physical AI,
yeah, this is the addition to Omniverse, I think. It's interesting because this like the diffusion model makes sense, because that's kind of how existing image generation and like the like other like that Minecraft AI generated Minecraft, that's kind of how they work. But it seems like this is more of like a pipeline for creating them.
Many downstream things that we could do as a result. We could do synthetic data generation to train models. We could distill it and turn it.
Unless they have unless it's already their own model. Yeah, and their whole AI agent stuff too. I don't know. They actually announced a shit ton of stuff, and interestingly, their stock didn't actually. Their stock's actually down today. I thought it would tick up a little, but I think it ticked up. It ticked up yesterday. I think I think the market just expected it to expected it. I think it was in robotics is the Cosmos. Nope, just go to AI. Oh yeah, here it is. Accelerate physical AI development. Yeah, NVIDIA's they're betting on robotics. That's what they released. That thing I was looking up, I think the Jetson Thor. Yeah, maybe this is not what I thought it was. There's like something else. It's like a little supercomputer or something, but yeah, NVIDIA's betting on robotics too. That's kind of the second half of this. And it's interesting because they said that I'm just jumping around honestly right now. Sorry guys. I have so many articles open. Oh yeah, okay. This is where I saw it. Yeah. Yeah, the physical AI, the robotic stuff, they said that they're betting that can't find it. The essentially the robotics market, they're betting that it like by 2040 or something, it's going to be worth like $35 billion. And I don't know, I guess I thought that was it was a good grounding, assuming that it's like true, but it's a good grounding for all these hype people because that is tiny. Like the market size is tiny compared to existing markets now, especially projecting 15 years out. Only $40 billion, like that's, you know, that's more reasonable, like that's more in line with like actual, like how slow like kind of these markets grow because of the complexity and upfront capital and the, you know, trust that needs to be built with consumers into them buying it and then, you know, actually using business use cases. Like, you know, these, I don't know, these AI people, like the AI hype bros just don't, I don't know. I was like, what's past a hype bro? Like what's one step up from a hype bro? And I was like, it's just lying. Like that's what it, like at some point you're just lying, you know, like you could call it a prediction, but like I feel like you're just kind of lying. And so that's what I was like, I swear, like, yeah, shill is actually a good one. Maybe it's like hype, shill, lying, but I feel like a lot of people online are just saying things that I was like, bro, you're just lying right now. Like, how could you say that, like, this thing is going to happen by, you know, whatever? Like, you're just lying. I don't know. Anyways, I'm actually, my video, I'm still working on, I swear. I do a little time per day, but I'm doing an AI adoption video, and I hope that it's a very, it's very grounding because it shows that fucking no one uses, like hardly anyone compared to like the entire population uses AI like weekly at least. Like it's like, you know, low double digits. And so it's just like everyone's like, you know, like saying whatever they say, but it's like in the reality of it is most people don't use like AI shit. Like I don't know. So yeah, anyways, that's kind of been my position lately. I'm just, I like cutting through the hype. It's been kind of annoying. Like, it's hard to read things about like what's actually going on because people just are speculating to such a high degree that it's just borderline like lying, I guess. Anyways, yeah, so rant over. It's just been kind of annoying. So All right,
it
we'll
into
see.
effectively.
And I feel like, Meta, it's also an environment of the current social media landscape right now. Like Meta is removing restoring free expression is an interesting way of spinning it, but they're removing fact checking. And I feel like they're kind of the last big social media platform to do that. I think YouTube doesn't fact check, but they add those little cards at the bottom. And like, yeah, we're just kind of in this like post-truth society, like anyone could say whatever they want and like have no consequence whether it's true or not, because people don't really even care, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's just been kind of weird, especially as someone who's very data driven. Yeah, it's interesting. But I guess that's how free expression is a new buzzword to use when you're okay with illegal shit. Yeah, literally. Yeah, literally. Or you just don't, or you just like don't care that people are like just like spreading misinformation, or like I think that there is a point. I mean, my hope was that like I guess you could use like artificial intelligence to kind of screen things and that'd make it very easy. But yeah, the crypto sites, that's a good example. Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, I don't know, it's an interesting time, but I guess that's kind of how I see my differentiating is like actually taking a more pragmatic, like data driven approach to things, but still being optimistic. I'm not like, I don't want to be doom and gloom. I just want to be like more pragmatic, but still being optimistic. Not to like, say like, I don't know, like not share their enthusiasm, but like also just like, bro, like relax, chill. Anyways, okay, sorry. Yeah. Side tangent. Let's continue this. Because I want to get to the I missed the like last 30 or 30 minutes of this presentation. You can have it generate this is about where I stopped watching.
Physically plausible scenarios of the future, basically do a Doctor Strange. You could, because this model understands the physical world, of course, you saw a whole bunch of images generated. This model understanding the physical world, it also could do, of course, captioning. And so it could take videos, caption it incredibly well, and that captioning and the video could be used to train large language models, multimodality large language models. And so you could use this technology to use this foundation model to train robots as well as large language models. And so this is the NVIDIA Cosmos. The platform has an autoregressive model for real-time applications, has diffusion model for a very high-quality image generation, it's incredible tokenizer, basically learning the vocabulary of real world, and a data pipeline so that if you would like to take all of this and then train it on your own data, this data pipeline, because there's so much data involved, we've accelerated everything end-to-end for you. And so this is the world's first data processing pipeline that's CUDA accelerated as well as AI accelerated. All of this is part of the Cosmos platform. And today we're announcing that Cosmos is open licensed. It's open available on GitHub. Well, today we're announcing...
That's like kind of vague, open licensed. Also, it sucks because I was actually thinking about this morning. Like, I don't think it's a bad bet to learn some sort of like software inside the NVIDIA ecosystem. Like, I think NVIDIA has kind of solidified their spot as like this, supercomputer maker, and like, they're like up there. Yeah, they're like the third most valuable company, I guess. Like, it's similar with like Microsoft. Like it's, there's probably good investment to learn Microsoft software and like about their ecosystem if you work in an industry where you're going to use them. I feel like NVIDIA is kind of becoming that now. Like, they have so much software, they have so many programs, different like verticals. Like, I don't know, there's such a big ecosystem now. It's probably pretty like good to invest in like learning the like their ecosystem if you work in the space or want to. A problem though is like it's hard to get access to some of these more like enterprisey software things. So I was like, how do you even learn it if you do want to actually like get into this? I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, that'd be interesting to like learn these like more enterprise softwares as like a skill to like market yourself. But like, how do you even get access? But unless you want to like, you just like pay the thousands of dollars to get access, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. But it would be cool to like actually like try some of their software and just like mess around. This one theoretically I guess you can, but like I just feel like you need like insane hardware to actually run it. So it's like unless you even have access to the commercial stuff, still you can't even do it.
That our next generation processor for the car.
Oh yeah, and yeah, this one they've actually there's tangential announcements like I can't remember.
For the car, it's called Thor. I have one right here. Hang on a second. Okay, this is Thor.
12 cameras, 9 radars.
This is Thor. This is a robotics computer. This is a robotics computer. It takes sensors and just a madness amount of sensor information, process it. You know, umpteen cameras, high resolution, radars, lidars. They're all coming into this chip, and this chip has to process all that sensor, turn them into tokens, put them into a transformer, and predict the next path. And this AV computer is now in full production. Thor is 20 times the processing capability of our last generation Orin, which is really the standard of autonomous vehicles today. And so this is just really quite incredible. Thor is in full production. This robotics processor, by the way, also goes into a full robot. And so it could be an AMR, it could be a humanoid robot, it could be the brain, it could be the manipulator. This processor basically is a universal robotics computer. The ChatGPT moment for general robotics is just...
here's all the robotic stuff. Yeah, this is interesting. You know, we've been kind of covering, after these past like 2 weeks, actually cover quite a bit of like humanoid robotic stuff. It's been interesting seeing the development of them, but no, I need to see like them actually being used, I guess, like by like a company who bought them and like who's using them, because I've not seen them like actually be used besides like in like training environments or like an example by the actual manufacturers themselves. But this is, I mean, it's an emerging technology, so we're still early. But NVIDIA is trying, robotics, you know, is probably going to be a big thing after AI. So NVIDIA is trying to get onto that next hype train. And I think though, in terms of like a business-wide, NVIDIA, even though they're the largest company, I could see them still being like one trend that they miss could kind of set them back for someone else to take over. Especially like a large industry like robotics. Like imagine if like someone else got on the like hardware crypto like hype train instead of NVIDIA. Like that would like seriously alter their kind of their future. Like I don't know, and so I think that NVIDIA is gonna be very I don't know what word I'm looking for, but they're just going to be keeping an eye on these emerging technologies to ensure that they could always be kind of ahead of the game on things like that. And robotics seems to be like they're trying to get on it now, which makes sense for like what they do, but yeah.
It's around the corner. And in fact, all of the enabling technologies that I've been talking about is going to make it possible for us in the next several years to see very rapid breakthroughs, surprising breakthroughs in general robotics. Now, the reason why general robotics is so important is whereas robots with tracks and wheels require special environments to accommodate them, there are three robots in the world that we can make that require no green fields. Brownfield adaptation is perfect. If we could possibly build these amazing robots, we could deploy them in exactly the world that we built for ourselves.
Then that's actually something I've been thinking about lately too, is like, it's interesting that we like robots could be any shape that we want. Like we could build them in any way we want, and we chose to build them like us. And I was like, you know, like realistically, like, is that the most efficient way for us to be building robots? But unfortunately, because like humans are very like unique in that, and like the way we like navigate and like do things, it's yeah, like this is like I guess replicating that is probably the best way, even though it might actually not be the best way overall, but because of the environments we built, it's just the best way to like for our society. So I don't know, I thought that was kind of interesting.
These three robots are One, agentic robots and agentic AI, because
Man creates artificial life in the image of himself. True. Yeah, that is poetic.
they're information workers, so long as they could accommodate the.
I can't believe like this one we actually looked at the other day, but like they're so far away from being like usable. It's kind of weird.
Number two, self-driving.
Oh, Unitree. This is the Chinese one we thought were like that video was like generated. Like, are these even real?
Cars, and the reason for that is we spent 100
Iron was like Iron Man.
plus years building roads and cities. And then number three, humanoid robots. If we have the technology to solve these three, this will be the largest technology industry the world's ever seen.
Okay, wait, I missed that. Sorry, I was
one,
yapping over.
Agentic robots and agentic AI, because they're information workers, so long as they could accommodate the computers that we have in our offices, it's going to be great. Number two, self-driving cars, and the reason for that is we spent 100 plus years building roads and cities. And then number three, humanoid robots. If we have the technology to solve these three, this will be the largest technology industry the world's ever seen. This is NVIDIA's latest.
But they just skim over that, like. Okay. Oh, this is the personal supercomputer thing, I think.
It is AI supercomputer.
Yeah.
And it's finally called Project Digits right now. And if you have a good name for it, reach out to us. Here's the amazing thing. This is an AI supercomputer. It runs the entire NVIDIA AI stack. All of NVIDIA software runs on this. DGX Cloud runs on this. This sits, well, somewhere, and it's wireless or connected to your computer. It's even a workstation if you like it to be. And you could access it. You could reach it like a cloud supercomputer. And NVIDIA's AI works on it.
It's also like I think it costs $3,000, which is.
And it's based on a super secret chip that we've been working on called GB110, the smallest Grace Blackwell that we make. And this is the chip that's inside.
Interesting.
It is in production. This top secret chip we did in collaboration. The CPU, the Grace CPU, is built for NVIDIA in collaboration with MediaTek. They're the world's leading SoC company, and they worked with us.
Oh, interesting.
To build this CPU SoC, and connect it with chip-to-chip NVLink to the Blackwell GPU. And
20. Oh, it's ARM. That's cool. I love to see that. 20 cores. That's actually like pretty good amount. 128 gigs. DDR5, 4 terabyte SSD. Yeah, bro, this is actually be a solid like workstation. I know it's like 3,000, like hell expensive, but
this little thing here is in full production. We're expecting this computer to be available around May timeframe.
Well, it's in full production.
Access it. You can.
So this is what also makes me think that NVIDIA is kind of trying to push the more like local AI thing. Like this is definitely for like researcher types, I imagine, but the fact that anyone could buy this. Like they're definitely trying to target this enthusiast group who like would actually use this at home. I feel like I don't know. It's interesting that they specifically make this. But also, I guess like if you want to actually do like AI testing locally, especially if you're a company and you don't want to like rent GPUs or like have to deploy your own, which is really expensive upfront cost, and over time like renting them is expensive too. You could just buy a few of these and have them locally in your office and have the engineers work off of these things instead of renting GPUs, whatever, which, in the long term, this probably higher up front, but over the long term, it'd probably save you money. So it's interesting that they're making that. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot. They actually completely glossed over a lot of their software stuff they released. Okay, I got this article, and then let's just look at the GPUs first. We'll just kind of go more in detail of some of the interesting stuff. Yeah, so we got the 5090 and stuff, 5000 series graphics cards. Really just want to see them compared. Oh, okay, here we go. I mean, it's like double. But it's the 5090, which is kind of unfortunate because like this is I wish they'd show actually performance for the other ones. Oh, okay, they do. At least 5080. Oh, I mean, it's like double. But like, also like not, oh, this is using like DLSS and all this stuff. 4K. Oh, so this is on 4K computers. Oh, pff. Interesting they show this over here as like a benchmark. I don't know. I don't like DLSS though. It's always like, it never looks as like sharp as like not having it. Or as having it. Interesting. $5070, it only needs a 650 watt PSU is crazy because this 5070 was the equivalent of the 4090. 2 times faster than the 4070 Ti. Wait, but I thought the 5070, oh, I see, okay. Bro, this is so confusing. Yeah, the laptops. I want to know the cooling. Wait, RTX neural materials, RTX neural faces, text to animation. Okay, so neural shaders can be used to compress textures in games, while RTX neural faces aim to improve face quality using generative AI. The next generation of DLSS includes multi-frame generation, which generates up to 3 additional frames per traditional frame and can multiply frame rates by up to 8 times over traditional rendering. Okay, so that's interesting. The next generation of DLSS includes multi-frame generation. Yeah, that's interesting because it seems like instead of like you could just have this generate more frames to get better frame rate but not necessarily change the quality. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so this is the back of it. Oh, we actually haven't seen the back. DLSS 4 upgrade, even work on RTX GPUs is featured. Yeah, more than 2 years after the 4090 and 4080 announced. Interesting. Okay, there's a. Okay, here. I kind of want to see TechCrunch because they probably have a more like it looks good with the right monitor. Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. I honestly am just like kind of like nitpicky with like graphics sometimes. I think that's kind of the big problem. Yeah, I want to see TechCrunch's opinion because I think bro, they wrote like nothing. Okay. All right, nothing new here, I guess. The 5000 series stuff just kind of overshadowed all that, or all of the other stuff. Okay, this is a video. I thought I did good prep to find like stuff. Okay, let's just look at their website and then we'll look at some other announcements and then out there. What is? Okay, so it's the physical world stuff. I just want to look at everything. There's actually a gaming thing. I swear I had it up. Oh, it was The Verge. It was The Verge. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, here's one thing. AI teammate powered by NVIDIA technology. It's funny, but because like bots already exist, I guess. So like, what could be different? Let's actually watch this. It was a minute.
At Crafton, we are revolutionizing the battle royale genre with generative AI.
That's so cringe, guys.
Introducing PUBG Ally, the world's first co-playable character designed to play like a human teammate.
That's interesting. Co-playable character.
Hey Ally, I'm looking for a level 3 vest and 5.56 ammo. Keep your eyes peeled.
It is cool if you're able to talk to them like casually, like over the mic, and then they kind of take it as like orders or something. Like that's cool. That's like I can see that in Arma. Like you just, like actually imagine like being like more commander in Arma, and you can actually talk commands out, and it would translate it into like real life, like things to, or like real life as in the game things for them to do. Like that would be cool. Like you'd have like tank squad, you have like different squads and everything, and like you're like just sitting in like a tank as a commander, and you could be, you know, like I don't know, like have them like boss them around, give them orders like that, and then you could use it to like, I don't know, like recreate like war scenarios or like simulation stuff like that. Like
Level
that's
3
cool.
vest and ammo.
But I guess online is kind of weird with other people.
Nearby. Pinged it for you. Enemy spotted. I'm covering.
Is there a vehicle nearby?
Found one. I will come to you.
Like even the voice just sounds bad. Found one. I will come to you.
I'm ready to get into the action now. Can you flank them?
On it. Moving left. Wait. I'm knocked out. Crawling to you now.
Just hang on. Whew, I couldn't have done it without you.
I know. I carry for a living.
Okay. I can already see the gamers freaking out over this too. Okay, NVIDIA spent the last 2 years showing off its digital ace characters that can have in-game conversations with you using generative AI. With CES 2025, the company's taking ace characters a step further by showing how they can be autonomous game characters, including sometime this year, a teammate to help you get a chicken dinner in PUBG. Can use AI to perceive, plan, and act like human players. Powered by generative AI, Ace will enable living, dynamic game worlds with companions that comprehend and support player goals, enemies that adapt dynamically to player tactics. Bro, the enemies could be so, you could literally make impossible enemies, because it'll just, you could use generative AI, just have it predict what like the player's gonna do based off of like past player interactions. You lose every time. Small language models that are capable of planning at human-like frequencies required for realistic decision making, as well as multimodal small language models for vision and audio that allow area characters to hear audio cues and perceive their environment. Interesting. Team up with PUBG Ally, which NVIDIA and PUBG publisher Krafton are calling the world's first co-playable character. The Ally will be used to communicate using game-specific lingo, provide real-time strategic recommendations, find and share loot, drive vehicles, fight other human players using the game's extensive arsenal for weapons. Okay, interesting. Basically, it sounds like AI teammates you can talk to with natural language who's supposed to be as capable as humans. In a video, show the ally indeed helping a player find specific loot, bring over a vehicle, and attempting to flank. Yeah, I mean, this is like a little marketing video, though. I need to like see some more detail. AI character built with Ace are coming to other games too. Naraka Bladepoint mobile PC version. Yeah, like we'll get a local interface AI teammate in March 2025. While Naraka Bladepoint on PC will get a feature in later 2025. Okay. But I mean, like, no offense, like, I don't know, I've never even heard of this game. NetEase published it. Is this like The Witcher? Or is this like a bundle? Not related to them. Oh, actually, I feel like I have seen this Lego logo here before. Okay, Krafton's upcoming life simulation game InZoi will also get CPCs called Smart Zoi. See, in this context, I could actually see it being like in a life simulation game. Like, this seems like a great use case for it. In an online game like PUBG, where it's like competition matters, I better hope that everyone else in the game has one of those allies, I guess. Otherwise, it'd be weird.
Krafton, in partnership with NVIDIA, presents Smart Zoi, the world's first co-playable character built with NVIDIA Ace, Smart Zoe redefines traditional non-playable characters by transforming them into truly co-playable characters.
I don't know if there's like this life sim game on the PlayStation.
Smart Zoe with a considerate personality notices a hungry man.
3.
Instead of walking past him, she visits a local bakery to buy him a sandwich, addressing his immediate need. In another scenario, Smart Zoe encounters a lost woman. Again guided by her considerate nature, she calmly and effectively helps the woman find her destination.
Honestly, just even using this on NPCs to not make them be like fucking NPCs, like, would actually add a lot to a game, especially like Cyberpunk, where it's like very roleplay heavy. Yeah, better NPCs in games would be very cool. Yeah. But I don't know, the whole like online thing, I just that one's like a little mixed feelings. Any RPG, yeah. And I've been wanting that. That'd be so cool to be able to actually like talk to them and have like real backstories and stuff that's just kind of made in real time, I guess. And it has the context of things you've done in the game world and like everything. Like, I don't know, that'd be cool. Okay, that's neat. And then let's just look at the stream. Here's the Verge here. This is native GeForce Now app to Steam Deck is cool because maybe we could get probably better like drivers. NVIDIA released GeForce Now app for Steam Deck later this year, according to blog post, to get NVIDIA's cloud gaming service set up on Steam Deck. Oh, I see. It's already relatively straightforward to get NVIDIA's... Oh, okay. But native apps should be easier to install. Will support up to 4K resolution, 60 FPS when HDR connected to a new TV. Major VR headsets. Everyone's game would be different probably based on... Oh, yeah, that too. It actually will add a good like uniqueness to each game too. Okay, interesting. Companies also said 2 major titles from Microsoft will be available on GeForce Now. Okay, so this is just for GeForce Now. Oh, I didn't realize I thought GeForce Now was like their app or whatever. Like, is essentially that but better. The NVIDIA Shield. Okay, we got that. Yeah, DLSS, okay. G-Assist AI Assistant launching in February. I got that. It's in a stadium. 14,000 people in this? Holy shit. Okay, that's it. No one, like there's a lot that got glossed over, I feel like. I guess I'll dig into blog post. Prodigy, an AI assistant for GeForce RTX AI PCs coming to NVIDIA app February. What is it though? 6 months ago at Computex, NVIDIA showcased Project G Assist, a tech demo that offered a glimpse of how AI assistants could elevate the PC experience for gamers, creators, and more. Today, we're excited to announce the initial release of G Assist assistant feature is coming to GeForce RTX users in the NVIDIA app in February. So is this just for troubleshooting, like, stuff? Experimental AI assistant that runs locally. To simplify this experience, helps users control a broad range of PC settings, from optimizing game and system settings, charting frame rates, and other key performance statistics, to controlling select peripheral settings such as lighting, all via basic voice or text command. Like what though? Oh, come on. Your frame rate is 145 frames. Like, but this isn't like useful really, is it? I guess for like troubleshooting. Okay. What are my system specs? Okay, I mean, I don't know. These aren't like, I don't really know what this is helpful for, I guess. Okay, on-device AI. Unlike massive cloud-hosted models, require online access and paid subscriptions. G-Assist runs on your GeForce RTX GPU. This means it's responsive, free to use, and can run offline. Under the hood, G-Assist uses a llama-based instruct model with 3 billion parameters, packing language understanding into a tiny fraction of the size, well under 1% of today's large-scale AI models. Yeah, it could run a wide array of hardware, good performance. Optimize graphics settings or check GPU temperatures. RTX GPU briefly allocates a portion of its horsepower to AI inference. During those few seconds, a short dip in render rate may occur if you're gaming. Okay, interesting. It's built on NVIDIA Ace. Oh yeah, this is, they did. Yeah, they showed this guy yesterday. Customer service? Oh god. Like look at all this software. It's crazy. It's so hard to keep up. I should apply to this though. I do want to learn some of NVIDIA software. I think that's a valuable skill to have going into the future. Yeah, G-Sys is built on NVIDIA. It's the same AI tech suite game developers use to breathe life into NPCs. OEM and ISVs already leveraging ACE to create custom AI systems like G-Assist. MSI unveiled the AI robot engine at CES, designed to power AI systems to built into MSI Center and MSI Afterburner. Interesting. Logitech's using ACE to develop the Streamlabs intelligent AI assistant. I saw this. It's like essentially tells you when your stream's boring. It's like the Guilfoyle, like when it's like valuable to mine Bitcoin, it's just gonna be like, gonna like beep in your ear when it's like, oh, stream's getting boring. HP is also working on leveraging ACE for AI system capabilities and Omen Gaming Hub. Like, for what though? We're kind of going through the phase now here where like everyone's just putting AI in anything they can just to be able to say that it's like AI shit when it's like kind of dumb. I feel like it was like the blockchain phase of a crypto. Or what's that? It's like the Gartner hype cycle. Yeah, this thing. We are in the we're coming down on this trout of disillusionment. I feel like we're kind of in this area right now. People are blinded by all the updates. I feel like this year we might go up this slope of enlightenment as people build products that are more specific and actual solve real problems with AI. We're probably gonna kind of start climbing this, and then we're gonna plateau with people actually building like real things with real solving real problems. We actually might even be up here. Actually, I think we're probably up here more so. Now I think about it, the peak of inflated expectations, because people are like expecting it to solve like world peace. We're like coming down. We're on the down now. I feel like maybe we may have not even hit the peak though. Actually, I know it keeps changing. Anyways, this is an interesting. Yeah, potential technology breakthrough kicks off. Early proof of concept stories and media interest trigger significant publicity. Often no usable product exists and commercial viability is unproven. We've definitely proven commercial viability. Yeah, I think we're coming down. Okay. Peak of inflated expectations. Early publicity produces a number of success stories, often accompanied by scores of failure. Some companies take action, most do not. Yeah, we've definitely hit this because just based off of opinion survey. It's about 50% of companies have probably done AI stuff. Little less, little more, depending on the context. Cloud of disillusionment. Interest wanes as experiments and implementations fail to deliver. Producers of the technology shake or fail. Investments continue only if surviving providers improve their productivity to the satisfaction of early adopters. Yeah. And this is this shroud of disillusionment is also what I would consider the this technology adoption life cycle, this crossing the chasm. Yes, I consider that the chasm, because they're selling to early adopters here, but this chasm is the chasm of trust, essentially. You need to be able to cross this to actually get to the majority of the market. And that's I feel like what this crowd of disillusionment, that's the equivalent of this chasm here, crossing it. But I think these next 2 or so years we'll kind of figure out if there's more of a foothold for like generative AI here. Especially this year. I think this year people need to see return on investments. Venture capitalists need to see the line going up and to the right. So yeah. Oh, here, this is even more. Yeah, okay. Yeah, activity beyond early adopters, negative press begins, supplier consolidation. Yeah, I think we're probably like around here, sliding into the trough. Supplier consolidation. We haven't really seen much consolidation yet, especially supplier wise, which I consider like the people making the models more so. Second, third round of venture capital funding. Yeah, and this is where I don't think we've seen this yet. Less than 5% of potential audience has adopted fully. Oh, that's interesting because this doesn't align at all with that with the technology adoption curve. And this one is less proven. This is more so just a feeling, I think. Oh, anyways, okay, sorry. Tangent. Okay, here we go. What is this? G-Assist itself is designed to be extremely extensible by the community. NVIDIA will publish a GitHub repository with samples for creating plugins that teach G-Assist additional functionality. Oh, okay, so that's cool. Tinkers will be able to define functions in straightforward JSON formats, then submit them to NVIDIA for review and potential inclusion, making these new capabilities available for others before managing plugins. It can be tested locally by placed configs. Okay, cool. Dude, and also the fact that it takes in a text-based like format, like JSON, you could just use, I can't believe I missed this opportunity, but like you could just use AI to generate stuff like this. And I was like, bro, imagine using a generative AI for like Minecraft plugin configuration way back in the day. Like, bro, you could just be like, yo, write me a config for fucking, you know, I don't know, like Lucky Ranks or whatever, and it just like spits out a fucking, you know, 500 line config that's just like exactly what you'd want it to, and you could just tune it. Like, bro, that would have saved so much time. Okay, so coming to the NVIDIA app in February. Okay. I'm still kind of confused about what this actually is. Yeah. Permissions, yeah. Yeah, it would be insane. Yeah. You could like be so much more productive. Okay, let's look at okay, let's go back. Oh my god, I don't know where that came from. Okay, here's their blog. So this AI agent blueprint thing, they kind of, I want to look more into this because it seems like they're making it pretty easy for like people with with a NVIDIA graphics card to kind of do more high performance AI stuff like agents, like locally. Okay. Okay, there we go. NVIDIA launches blueprint for AI agents that can analyze video. Okay, that's not what I thought. Okay, let's just look at agentic AI blueprints. Here we go. Let's look at this first. And to automate work for every enterprise. Developers can now build and deploy custom AI agents that can reason, plan, and take action with new NVIDIA AI blueprints that include NVIDIA NIM microservices, NVIDIA NeMo, which is their models, I think, and agentic AI frameworks from leading providers. And they keep calling it like AI factories, and I don't know about the naming for this. Okay, let's look at some of the actual frameworks, because this is what I want to look into. Crew AI, okay, so Crew AI seems to be the biggest one, but I've been reading some more into like agent architectures, like how to organize it. And Crew AI is actually one of the most like more inefficient ways of like implementation. So NIM platform. I don't understand what this NIM platform is. That's also a problem with all this enterprise stuff, is like the naming is just so like, I don't know. It's so hard to know what the thing does just based off of the name. I didn't really get much from that. So it's using Llama's 3.370 build NIM microservice. Okay, so let's find the NIM. We have to like work backwards here. Okay, so NVIDIA NIM. It just goes to artificial intelligence. So Cosmos. Come on. Okay. Developers at NVIDIA. Okay, here we go. NIM provides containers to self-host GPU accelerated inferencing microservices for pre-trained and customized AI models across clouds, data centers, RTX AI PCs. This is the key here, I guess, for local development. This is what I was wanting to see. It's cool. And workstations. Okay. So this is for doing stuff locally, seems like. Standard APIs, NVIDIA. Okay, generative AI example repo. And this is what I'm saying. It's like to launch NVIDIA NIM, you could use NVIDIA blueprints, which can be deployed in one click with NVIDIA launchables. It's like, guys, come on. Okay, I don't know what this is. I'll explore this offline. This isn't very entertaining stream content. It's in Python, which is good, so it's pretty reasonable to understand. But they use on existing frameworks, which is confused. I'm kind of confused about what this NIM does. It seems like it kind of hosts some like other stuff. So this green cube must be NIM. This is CUDA, so this is like their GPU and hardware. Kubernetes for like distribution or containerization. Jesus. So the NIM must just be like a stack here.
Generative AI is a game changer. Across every industry, more and more organizations are looking to roll out new applications that drive efficiencies, productivity, and revenue for their business. But to power generative AI in production, organizations need to consider security, latency and efficiency, flexibility, and how to manage infrastructure cost and scale.
Jesus, took
NVIDIA
so
NIM
long.
delivers the features critical to easy, scalable deployment of generative AI models. NIM is a set of accelerated inference microservices that enables organizations
I see. So it's a bundled pack of
to run AI models on
microservices.
NVIDIA GPUs anywhere, in the cloud, in the data center, and on workstations and PCs. Built on a cloud-native stack, you can deploy NIMs locally with a single command or orchestrate and autoscale with Kubernetes, unlocking the flexibility needed for modern AI workloads. NIM provides identity, metrics, and health check data for integration with enterprise management tools and infrastructure. Backed by powerful inference engines, including NVIDIA Triton Inference Server, TensorRT, and TensorRT LLM, NIM streamlines model deployment, ensuring seamless AI inferencing at scale.
Okay, so then they'll have APIs at the top that seem to kind of abstract a lot of this here. Okay, I'm gonna look into this offline here. His blueprints though made it seem like it was really easy to do a lot of stuff though. With agents blueprints is what I want to. Oh wait. Yeah. To automate work for every enterprise. Okay. And consumers. With NVIDIA Blue, developers can now build and deploy custom AI agents. These AI agents act as knowledge robots that can reason, plan, and take action to quickly analyze large quantities of data, summarize and distill real-time insights from video, PDFs, and other images. It'd be cool to have like a live fact checker like on stream, like it takes my voice input, turns it into text, and then real time like searches the web and stuff for things I'm talking about. That'd be cool. True AI Daily, LangChain, Llama Index, and Weighton's Biases are among leading providers of agentic AI orchestration management tools that have worked with NVIDIA to build blueprints that integrate the NVIDIA AI enterprise software platform, including NVIDIA NIM microservices and NVIDIA NeMo with their platforms. These 5 blueprints, comprising of new category of partner blueprints for agentic AI, provide building blocks for developers to create the next wave of AI applications that will transform organizations. Okay. It's also one, I think it's interesting to note that Auto GPT no, not Auto GPT. No, wait, maybe it is Auto GPT. Maybe it's not. Oh, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So this is made by Microsoft, and this is one of the more popular frameworks because it's like UI based. You don't have to. It's not code based, so you don't need to know code necessarily to build AI agent stuff. But it's made by Microsoft, which is important to know. And I didn't see that in here. That's interesting. Initially, the partner blueprints, NVIDIA introduced its own AI blueprints for PDF to podcast. Okay. As well as another to build AI agents for video search and summarization. These are joined by 4 additional NVIDIA Omniverse blueprints that make it easier for developers to build simulation-ready twins for physical AI. Accenture is announcing AI refinery for industry built for AI. Okay, these are all like enterprisey stuff. Agentic AI represents the next wave of evolution of generative AI. It enables applications to move beyond simple chatbot interactions to tackle complex multi-step problems through sophisticated reasoning and planning. AI factories that generate tokens to precedent. Agentic AI orchestration is a fixated system designed to manage, monitor, and coordinate multiple agents working together. Key to developing reliable enterprise agentic AI systems, the agentic AI orchestration layer. Okay. I don't know. These don't really seem like anything crazy. I thought there would be more details. Recipe for developers can use to turn multiple long and complex PDFs into AI-generated readouts that can help professionals, students, and researchers efficiently learn about virtual any topic and quickly understand key takeaways. I don't know. This is kind of, I don't know how useful this is. It's useful, but it's just going to be used for slop, to create slop, AI slop. Developers can build AI agents that can understand context, identify key points, and generate a concise summary as a monologue or conversation-style podcast narrated in natural voice. With just a single click, developers can now build and run new agentic AI blueprints as NVIDIA launchables. Okay, so this is what I thought was be in here. What is it? Okay, now we gotta dive into AI launchables to understand like this, bro. Like, this is what I'm saying. It's insane. Okay, NVIDIA launchables are one-click deployable GPU development environments with predefined configurations that can help you get up and running with workflows. It's essentially Docker containers, seems like. They function as templates that contain all the essential components necessary to achieve a purpose. NVIDIA GPUs, Python, CUDA, Docker containers. Okay, so never mind. This contains Docker containers. Or you could use Docker containers for this. They also contain GitHub repos, automatically set up and okay. These have been really good. These new gin coffees. They're on sale. 99 cents at Sprouts. Okay, what are these? Brev.dev. What is brev.dev? Oh, you could literally be an entire company that just does an NVIDIA stuff. Bruv. Hey, bruv. What up, bruv? Bro, look how much it costs, though. It's so much. What? $15 an hour, bro? Might as well just pay someone. Literally. Bro, you might as well just pay someone. You could pay an overseas worker like $5 an hour. But I guess if you run it locally, that's the goal. So, and this is on Google Cloud. GCP is it's probably the cheapest out of the big cloud providers. Jesus, they're one of the cheaper ones. Oh, this is why though. Yeah, bro, it's using 2 GPUs, 24 CPUs, and 340 gigs of. This is probably of a RAM or some bullshit. Like, that's why. Like, Jesus Christ. This is actually pretty complex though. Like, it literally even takes the chart images. It takes tables specifically. So it takes the pages as images, and then it takes the charts and then the tables, extracts the tables. VLM dplot. This is like plotting stuff. Chart element detector. Wow. Post-process filtering. Okay, wow. This is a Jupyter notebook. I didn't even realize this is a Jupyter notebook. Oh yeah, the Jupyter. Okay, cool. Oh, it's actually not that complex in terms of code though, so that's good. Got a little like bash script here to get the Docker container and like API keys. Yeah, you. Oh, it's using Docker Compose. Not that Docker Compose I never put time into learning this. Yeah, multi-container. So checking for completion. Okay, interesting. So it's actually, the code's not that complex, especially in Jupyter Notebooks, because Jupyter Notebooks makes it very easy. It's like these are all just like kind of sections, and you could kind of walk through it just like this. Oh, so here's a. Oh, this is visual. Okay, this is doing some complex stuff. This is cool. Okay, I'm gonna look into this off stream though, because it's not really. Okay, let's take a look at NVIDIA's like models that they came out with, because I feel like that's a little more interesting. And then we'll look at some other CES stuff that isn't NVIDIA, and then we'll I'll probably call it there. Okay, where's the models? Where are the actual models? No. This is in December. It's NVIDIA Nemo Super. Nemotron, here we go. Okay. Yeah, for the 20th century, newer agentic AI. Teams of specialized agents can help solve complex problems. Oh, okay, yeah. Can manufacture intelligence and achieve unprecedented productivity. One actually interesting call out that I feel like he glossed over a bit, but I thought was an interesting, it's more of an interesting thought experiment than anything, but he kind of said that companies are going to be, or like IT is going to be the HR for AI. And I thought that was like, I just thought it was really funny and like an interesting like way of thinking about it. And I could even taking that further, like, you know, IT, I could see companies essentially being a technology company, and then essentially having most of their human personnel be like IT to manage and deploy like AI services, and then you have like single experts that act like, you know, like a sales, you have a sales manager or a small sales team, like very small, like few people, and then they essentially just manage and teach and train and reinforce and use like reinforcement learning for the AI. But most of the company is just like an IT company, and then there's like tiny teams for each vertical that is more so just managing larger like AI swarms in a way. But I don't know, Jensen said that on stage, and I was like, that's kind of funny to think about, like IT's the HR for AI. The agents require a system of multiple generative AI models optimized for agentic AI functions and capabilities. This complexity means that the need for powerful, efficient, enterprise-grade models is never been greater. Okay. NVIDIA announced Llama Nemotron family of open large language models built with Llama, which is Meta's open source, quote unquote, models. The models can help developers create and deploy agents across a range of applications, including customer support, fraud detection, product supply chain, inventory management, optimization. To be effective, many agents need to build language skills and the ability to perceive the world and respond to the appropriate action. Okay, where are the actual models here? So, built with Llama Foundational Models, one of the most popular commercially viable open source model collections. Download or okay, yeah. So, Llama Nemotron model provides optimized building blocks for AI agent development. This builds on NVIDIA's commitment to developing state-of-the-art models, such as Llama 3.1 Nemotron, now labeled through NVIDIA API catalog. Oh, actually, I wonder how much this costs. Let's check here. So models, we want we just search like NVIDIA. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, it's super cheap. Holy shit, it's actually really cheap. This is their older one though. This is their older one, so yeah, the new one's good news. Compared to like these Llama ones, but I don't know what the difference is between these ones. It's actually on par with this, the latest one. And then they actually made one with a Mistral. Yeah, this one. This was made with NVIDIA, their Nemo, or Mistral Nemo. Okay. They're pruned and trained with NVIDIA's latest techniques and high-quality datasets for enhanced agentic capabilities. They excel at instructions following chat functions, coding math, being optimized to run on a broad range. Okay. Leading AI platforms, including SAP and ServiceNow, are expected to be among the first to use Llama Nemotron models. Okay, so like enterprise and big enterprise people. Collaborate, solve tasks across multiple lines of business. Will unlock a whole new. Okay, this is all marketing. Okay, so what? That's what I'm saying. What is okay? So what is Nemo then? Is end-to-end platform for developing custom generative AI. Wait, did we look this up already? I'm getting so confused with these naming conventions. Speaking of naming conventions, at CES, Dell changed their naming convention. AMD changed their naming convention. Like, everyone's changing how they name things, and so like nothing makes sense. It's like so hard to compare things to previous generations. I'm gonna look into this because I want to actually like understand this so I could speak on it more confidently. Because yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, Nvidia's just cornering this market. Like, it's insane. I wonder, has Nvidia had any antitrust cases in the past? I know that they're in hot water for kind of lying about how much of their business was crypto during the kind of crypto hype, which they probably did. But like, it's crazy. Okay, let's look at the models though. Let's go back to the model. So Nano, Super, Ultra. Nano is the most cost-effective model, real-time applications with low latency, ideal for deployment. I wish it provided more detail on these, like the parameters and such. NVIDIA using movers for agentic AI. Okay, so they're on Hugging Face. Let's just go to Hugging Face. Access for development, testing, and research is free for members of the NVIDIA developer program. How do we get can I join this? Oh, NIM. That's what we were looking at. I thought we were looking at Nemo. We were looking at NIM. Jeez. Oh, so training. This is what I was talking about. Okay, I'm gonna try and join this. Okay, I'll do that after. That way I could actually understand shit. Read only versus what on technical blogs? Like, what does this checkmark mean? White papers, technical how-tos, NVIDIA GCU class. Okay, cool. I'm gonna look into this. Let's look at Hugging Face, and then we'll look up some other Hugging Face, Nemotron. So this is NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA's collections. Oh, here we go. So these are all old though. This is October. This is what we looked at before. Nemotron. This is old. So these are their latest ones. I don't think they're available yet. So Cosmos is their like 3D, their world model. For their like pipeline. NVIDIA Nemotron Super. There's not much out of it. Let's see if there's any more detail here. Leading edge platforms, writer including, okay, yeah, that's literally what we just read. This is literally just like a copy and paste of what we just read. Okay. All right. That'll be it then. Okay, I'll look into this. Might explore it more tomorrow and throughout the week here. I have so many NVIDIA like tabs open. Okay, this was Asus. It was actually starting as I was starting stream, they were starting. But let's look at the I have a few feeds here. So we got, okay, we got TechCrunch. Just for, oh, if you select all tabs and refresh, it refreshes all of them. That's cool. Actually, here, I already had one. I want to look at this. Autonomous minibus. It's interesting that it's like a mini bus, though. I don't know. May Mobility. This is like, honestly, I just need, I don't know. We'll probably look at this. This was December 18th. They might be robo taxis or probability. Oh shit. Okay, I might dive deeper in this tomorrow because I want to look at this. No, I was using this for the thumbnail. Yeah, short bus, literally. That's why I was like mini bus. Let's just watch this video. You know what? Screw it.
I am here at,
instead of just walking through everything. Oh, here, that's why. Uber teams with NVIDIA scale autonomous driving, BMW's, okay, I don't care about that. Okay. Little celebrities, health and fitness highlights. What's up with all BMW? Very large gaming handle. Wait, what? This thing is insane. Look how big this is. What? What the heck? That's... It doesn't look that big, but when it's here, but when it's... This thing looks so much bigger, though. That's crazy. Okay. Peacock experiencing mini games and short videos? Oh my gosh. Ultrahuman takes luxury smart rings. Okay. Razer's concept gaming chair will heat up your butt before cooling it down. Blood pressure monitor with Withings. I have a Withings scale. Oh, bionic exoskeleton. All right, now we're talking. Yeah, this is NVIDIA's. Anchor shows off solar beach umbrella. Oh, that's actually kind of creative. That's not a bad idea. Okay, that was NVIDIA, Sony. Actually, Sony had a VR headset that I wanted to look at. German Bionic. This is cool. It's like a backpack, literally. Whoops. I upgraded a lot of my U-Block Origin filters. Now blocks a lot more stuff. Kind of annoying, but I don't know. Anchor shows off solar beach umbrella. Not a bad idea. Okay, let's watch this video and we'll probably end on this video here. Wherever it was. Nope. God damn it. I have so many tabs open. Here we go.
Pepcom, which is just before CES kicks off with some of the absolute coolest products, many of which you will actually be able to buy even very soon. Let's dive into this. So starting off, I stopped at the X Things booth, which is offering up the world's first ultra-wideband smart lock. That's right, so this is a smart lock with ultra-wideband technology that will automatically unlock as you approach. That is far better, far more accurate than like the Bluetooth geolocation nonsense that is plaguing smart locks right now. It is incredibly cool and incredibly accurate down to the centimeter. So here's actually a demo app that they have run. You can see the location of the phone down below on the bottom in meters. And as I approach, it immediately unlocks as we get close to it within like a second. Before I even can get to the door, it is unlocked. It is so cool and even works with Apple Watch with the ultra-wideband chip in there. Now, if you want something a little bit more affordable, they do have this other Matter-enabled version. This has a fingerprint reader built in. That's $199. The ultra-wideband version is $399. It is
Jesus Christ, that's expensive. Okay.
Now, what's new this year is that this one has a self-cleaning mop. It fixes one of the biggest complaints with robotic vacuum cleaners, or at least robotic mops, is that as it's Pro Omni. So this is their new flagship robotic vacuum cleaner and intelligent docking station. Now, what's new this year is that this one has a self-cleaning mop. It fixes one of the biggest complaints with robotic vacuum cleaners, or at least robotic mops, is that as it's cleaning, it can be using dirty water. It has to continuously go back to the docking station to clean that mop off. But now with this one, the mop is cleaned as it is going. So that's going to help give you a streak-free finish on your floor. Plus, the docking station has this little handy holder where you can add your detergent. So this will automatically mix with the clean water there at the top. You can see the dustbin there below. It'll actually suck out everything from the robot. And there's a dirty water bin as well there at the top.
Cool. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Talk to you later. Good one.
Plus, this will clean your mop as well. Then I stopped over at OWC. They always make some amazing peripherals. Now, there wasn't a ton here at Pepcom they were showing off, but this here is their Thunderbolt 5 hub. There are 5
What? This is it, bro? Okay, come on. Let's show some interesting stuff.
ports on this, including one upstream to your Mac and several downstream ports and an additional USB-A there on the front. LV has been making smart baby products for some time now, but this really caught my eye as a really cool piece of baby tech. Now, basically, this is a fancy rocker that can turn into a bassinet. So first, it is in that rocker mode. It even has like a learning rock mode where you can push it. It'll record your bounce that your kid likes and then just keep repeating that to help lull them to sleep. And then whenever you need to, it actually pulls up just like that. It sucks the little cord, the little thing that holds your child down into the bottom and turns into a bassinet. So I love it's a combination bassinet and rocker. So I showed you Lingo before. Well, this is Stello by Dexcom. Basically, it is an over-the-counter CGM that anybody can pick up and use. They do not need a prescription.
There's a lot of these like blood pressure monitors or whatever.
Go from Abbott, and we'll see how they stack up. Now, here is the Camelo glasses. These have been going viral on social media. They've been around
Never seen them
for just a little bit here, and they have some cool stuff like these color changing lenses.
Cool.
Pretty
cool.
awesome. But here at CES, these ones here actually now will support prescription lenses, which I think makes them even cooler. I also love these like sport ones that are awesome. There's some that are like solar powered. They have this adjustable.
Oh, that's interesting. That's But like, is that it? Is that all they provide?
Slider on the side. They can also be automatic, so they'll automatically adjust based on the light in the room. But if you don't want to go automatic, you just tap that button on the bottom, and you can use the slider to manually adjust them, whichever your preference is. I just think these look really cool, and they work really well. I was testing them, and there's just so many different applications for it. I think these are awesome. Now, I stopped by OSnap, which is out with this new controller they are crowdfunding called the MCon, and it's basically a mag-safe gaming controller. So you can see the magnets there on this early prototype unit. You have your iPhone. They snap together. It fits on perfectly. It pops out the top. You have
wow.
Hall effect joysticks there in the middle. The little controller parts flip down to fit easily into your hand to make it comfortable, but basically the entire thing is pocketable versus a lot of the other gaming controllers out there like Backbone, which is an amazing gaming controller, but it's a little bit big. This is one of the
just have not found a mobile game worth ever buying one of these for.
The only ones that is super small and pocketable, but it's still comfortable, tactile to use.
RuneScape, but I don't
much
even need
later
that.
This year, but it is still going to be coming out this year. Now,
Okay,
I think it
Let's
has
see
some
what
of
they
the
have.
coolest tech gadgets to actually fix things. And as someone who does love fixing stuff, I love their toolkits. And they are out here at CES. It's available right now at like Best Buy and Micro Center, but it is the Pro Tech Go, and it's a smaller version of their, of course, Essential Pro Tech pouch. So you can see here their
Yeah, I have this one right here. And I've had it for years now, honestly, and it's been fantastic investment.
Pro Tech set here on the left, and they basically condensed it down to all the essential tools that anyone is going to need maybe on the go. You have a smaller bag.
That's cool.
Keep in your car, take it with you, anything like that. So you can see we have got spudgers and we have tweezers, the essential bits there, screwdriver, everything you're going to need. So Flick has these cool buttons, and they have the Duo that is out this year. And honestly, it does so many things. I can barely even wrap my mind around it. It has things like gestures, so you can like move it through the air. You can rotate it to lighten and dim your lights. You can see there we're changing the
Okay, I don't know. This is kind of dumb. I don't know about this one.
Three bulbs here. Just so many different things you can
like anything gesture based. I have like gesture based shit. Okay, when can we use AI to fix gesture based stuff? Because like anything gesture related is just dog shit. And it's been like that for a long time. Like I swear some like LG phone, like kind of like one of their last phones before they stopped making them was like all around like gesture stuff. Like a lot of car stuff has gesture stuff. Like you could like use it to like turn up the volume and stuff, but it like never works well.
Do with it. It's simple. There are two buttons on it. It can be mounted to the wall. Different commands, whether it's mounted or being handheld.
Wait, so is it just the remote or is it the actual light? I don't really understand that. So it's just a button. I see. So the button itself, you could bounce. Oh, okay, interesting. I thought it was just these lights. I was like, okay, cool. I guess I could see this being more useful. But still the gesture thing is
changing the color on these three bulbs here. Just so many different things you can do with it. It's simple. There are two buttons on it. It can be mounted to the wall, different commands, whether it's mounted or being handheld. Just really neat. Aqara also has very neat smart home stuff this year, and if you are big in the smart home space, you will appreciate some of these things. Now, this is one of their new controllers here, or not controllers, but meters. You can see like, sensors and stuff going around your house, but this is what I was very much excited for. So this is their new presence sensor. It is finally battery powered. So 2 years on Thread, 3 years on Zigbee, but it is all battery powered, has millimeter wave as well as a PIR sensor in there to very accurately detect when somebody is in the room, and then can automate your lights and accessories based on that. This is huge. I am so excited to test that out. One more thing here for smart home is the new LifeX lights. So of course those big skylights, they actually have a new version of those that's even bigger that they didn't have at Pepcom, but this light here is the one they're showing off for CES, which is the Luna.
I wish there was more. I mean, I wish this for most things, but I wish there was more open protocol lights like this. I was actually recently looking into like lights, like a unified system. I have a bunch of Elgato stuff, and like this light, like back here, is TP-Link. These ones. But I'm kind of bearish on TP-Link with their like ban that they might be banned. I have these ones. Oh, I forgot my camera's like over here now. Look. But I have to use their app. I skimmed their terms of service and doesn't seem like they sell your data. So like that's kind of like my biggest thing. Like. And there's no advertising, but you do need an account, I think, which sucks. But it has great integration with Home Assistant, which was kind of my like part of the reason why I wanted that. But I just wish I didn't have to use an app and I could just use some third-party centralized open service like Home Assistant and not even have to go through the app. But like even with these, like you need some like what's it called? This one, it doesn't look like it actually because it says no Wi-Fi, no problem, which is good. But you need like a hub or some bullshit like Philips Hue stuff, and they like inflate the price of everything by so much because of that. Like I don't want to be locked into an ecosystem, I guess. I want to have it be open.
Is a little oval kind of shaped light. There are buttons on the top that control all the ones in the room. It can be wall mounted in multiple orientations, and I just think it looks really good. Now, we can't talk about new tech without talking about Anker because they always bring stuff out. So this is a 25,000 milliamp hour battery, which is basically the largest that you can have to take on a commercial flight. Has a very long, almost 3 feet long retractable cable, as well as a second built-in USB-C cable. So you can use both of those. The one actually acts like a lanyard.
That's annoying.
Then there are 3 USB ports, 2 USB-C, and 1
The retractable one is cool because it's in there, but like this other one, it's like, bro, that'd just be annoying. Get ripped off.
USB-A. It is a 165 watt output all at once. This is their 40 or 140 watt GAN charger, collapsible cables or prongs there on the top, and then 4 USB ports, 3 USB-C, and 1 USB-A. Really great to take with you with 140 watts of power.
Here's the umbrella.
Outside of your house, this is their new umbrella. It is a solar umbrella, so it has special thermal, sun protective.
It doesn't even have like that much. Like I wonder how much like wattage it
fabric on top.
Takes
it can also output up to 100 watts of power, so there's like an XT6.
Holy shit, 100 watts? Okay, that was way more than I thought.
Port there for like solar accessories, and then there's a USB-C port as well, so you can plug it and stuff directly to charge from this umbrella. And of course, it's designed to go with the rest of the Solix ecosystem, including these new fridges or coolers, whatever you want to call them. They can hold 2 batteries in there for a massive amount of time, or you can use 1 battery, and the second one can be just a container to store things. There are 3 different sizes of these that range in price, and the highest end ones, the 2 upper tiers, actually have 2 different compartments where you can have one that is cooling for like refrigerated, and the other one is freezing for actual frozen food items.
Interesting.
I think these are so fun, and then they have all these different accessories that they are launching to go with it, so depending on how you want to use that and what your application is, you can modify and accessorize it. So of course, right there on the front, you can see the umbrella holder. So yeah, you could power this with your solar umbrella, take everything to the beach and never have to worry about it. There's little tables that can mount right here. This is a large wheel, so you can actually swap out the wheels on this thing, which makes it ideal for the beach. So you put big wheels, add an umbrella, you are good to go for a day at the beach, all solar power.
Oh, I see the umbrella could go like
cool.
right
and
there.
Of course, they are app connected too, so you can pull them up on your iPhone, monitor how much battery you've left, the temperature, everything like that. Ecobee has a new smart thermostat, so this is the
Ecobee, I think is when I need a smart thermostat, I'm gonna get Ecobee. They're very they're like a they like work with a lot of the assistant stuff. They're like not a shitty company. They're not trying to gobble up all your data and shit. Like I don't know.
Essential thermostat. It's $129.
At least that's what I get. There's no subscription bullshit.
Which is much cheaper than their other two models. Is just basically a little bit smaller, has a plastic exterior instead of that metal. But really, you get the core experience, including support for Apple Home, which is the big one in my opinion. Of course, that's the big one, like control with Siri and everything. You lose other things such as the speaker and the radar for everything, but it'll still work with the sensors at a new lower price point. Then we have Roborock with their Soros or Saros 2Z7.
Oh, this was Roborock? Oh, I saw this thing. I didn't realize this was This was like actual existing big robo vacuum maker.
It's just an insane robotic vacuum cleaner that has a literal robotic arm on the top of it.
That's crazy, and it folds in perfectly. That's such a good idea. We actually looked at the one of the vacuums that had like it was like a vacuum like this, and then would go into this like docking shelf with wheels, and then it had accessories like an arm on top of that. But this thing is built in like this.
Smaller
is crazy.
items, but it can clean them up for you as it is vacuuming and mopping your home. So it goes around, detects a sock or a flip flop. It can literally lift up this arm, pick up that item, and move it out of the way, so it can continue cleaning. It doesn't get jammed up with some of those things. It's literally a robotic arm, and this is a real product that will ship by June. So this is not some mysterious product or something that's like a proof of concept. This is an actual product that they plan to ship with all these other innovations in it as well. Then we have Satechi. Satechi has a bunch of cool stuff here at CES. This is one of their new 3-in-1 and 2-in-1 chargers. They are Qi 2, so 15 watts of power. Of course, fast charging Apple Watch too. But what I was excited for
15 watts, bro, that's like, I don't know.
The new stand for the updated Mac Mini. They have this nice little cutout in the back, so of course you can reach that new power button. And they have an SD card reader and brought back USB-A ports for there on the front. Personally, I don't want the USB-A ports, but I know some people still need them, so it can still be very handy. I think this is going to fly off the shelves because of how popular the new Mac Mini is. They're incredibly powerful, so this is just such a perfect companion to go with it. You set it on top, plenty of cooling, easy access to the button, and additional ports. So this is the X-Jimmy Ascend, which is one of the coolest looking projector type things that I have seen. I don't even know how to describe this, but basically it rises out of the bottom, has a built-in sound bar. It is absolutely massive.
This is it right
here.
here.
Lit conference hall, and this thing still looked great. Blacks, you suffer a little bit, but just considering how bright it is, it looks really cool. And they have all these different modes, and it automatically adjusts based on the mode. So here's like a karaoke mode that pops up real quick, and it lowers down, or that fireplace one, which looked really neat. So it goes low, turns on that fireplace, and burns. You like this crackling effect. It looks so cool. I love this. I could easily watch movies on this thing. It looks great. It sounds great. It just
how much is it though?
Then I stopped.
Probably like fucking $7,000 or something. It costs the price of like a small car.
This sounds simple, but it's also super appreciated. It's basically a Find My enabled MagSafe wallet. It snaps on the back of your iPhone. You can get alerts.
That's lame. All right. All right. Okay. Tomorrow we're just gonna continue CES coverage. Really just gonna see what pops up. There's so much shit. Oh wow. Anthropic raising money is interesting because Anthropic's kind of been on the down low, on the DL. After OpenAI's like ship miss and all that stuff, but I see people like begging Anthropic to lift, to be able to pay more money to get more, to get like talk to Claude more. Because even the paid version has caps. In Claude 3.5 Sonnet is just, it's so good. It's definitely my favorite too. But again, I'm on the free version. I run the caps all the time, and I would pay if I had unlimited, but I'd rather just have 4.0 unlimited with ChatGPT, and I get access to like 0.1 and stuff. So like the value is just in more, worth more with OpenAI. But it's interesting that they raise money now, because it seems like the reason they haven't isn't that they don't want, they can't they can't not let people do it. It's more so that they just have such limited compute. And I've gotten errors before saying that like, oh, we don't have enough compute right now, like try it again later. And I think that's more so the bottleneck versus like, and I think if they could, they would give people more access, but like they just can't afford it in terms of like compute. They don't have enough compute to sustain it. So I imagine this is probably what it's going to be driving. And I wonder if Microsoft participated in this, because they said that they actually might be, or if they may have already invested in Anthropic. Yeah, Investors for it. Funding round is being led by the venture firm Lightspeed Venture Partners. People familiar with the matter said $60 billion valuation includes money Anthropic plans to raise in the round. Deal would make Anthropic the 5th most valuable U.S. startup after SpaceX, OpenAI, Stripe, and Databricks. Wow. I can't believe Databricks, bro. Rip Snowflake. It's such an opportunity. They fucking squandered it. According to data provider, CB Insights. I love CB Insights. It was valued last year $18 billion. Yeah, deal making frenzy. Investors are excited about the potential of generative AI to transform how people work and live, and largely unconcerned that most AI startups are losing money because of the high cost of the technology and intense competition. Yeah, they are for now. Yeah, it's popular among programmers and businesses, but trails ChatGPT among everyday users. Yeah, the enthusiasts tend to, I think, prefer Claude just because of how the model is kind of acts. Student Shell from taking public stance in favor of robust safety testing for its technology out of concern AI is used. Yeah, Amazon is Anthropic's. Anthropic is Amazon's AI bet. Like Microsoft is, like OpenAI is Microsoft's. Yeah, committed $4 billion to the startup in November, bringing its total investment since 2023 to $8 billion. Amazon November investment was a convertible note. Oh, interesting. Meaning it will translate to equity at the valuation set in the current round. Interesting. Anthropic developers and develops and operates technology and data centers operated by Amazon Google. Okay, so I was wondering, they don't have their own data centers. Oh, Google's invested in it too. Interesting. Startups annualized revenue based on resales hit $875 million. One of the knowledgeable people said. Most of it comes from sales to businesses. Interesting. And yeah, OpenAI expects to generate $3.7 billion in revenue this year, in large part from premium version of ChatGPT. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Anyways, tomorrow, continuing CES coverage. We're gonna do that all week here. Today was NVIDIA day, pretty much. But tomorrow I'll look at I'm gonna look at VR, AR, XR stuff, and then I want to look at some other consumer electronic stuff, and then yeah, I guess really mainly VR, XR, AR stuff. I want to find stuff for that, and then we'll just see what else comes up. Self-driving stuff. That's the other one. Self-driving car stuff. Those are kind of two emerging technologies. We kind of focus on more emerging stuff here, so we'll want to focus on. We'll look at that stuff. We got the mini bus or the short bus, whatever they're calling it, and then yeah. So cool. Appreciate everyone showing up today. Hope it was enjoyable. Hope you learned something. And yeah, tomorrow 9 a.m. Pacific. I'll see you there. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Appreciate it. Peace.